Welcome back to another episode of the Dad is in Control podcast. My name is Brian, and I'm the founder of Dad is in Control. So today's episode, we're going to talk about how to hit that reset button when you've got shit going on in your mind that you just can't stop dwelling over. When you've got stuff happening in your life that you just obsessing on and it's just eating away at you. Today's episode, we're going to teach you how to hit that reset button. In my last episode, I mentioned about those 10 easy questions that I use to kind of reset my day, kind of reset my mind to get myself back on track and get myself moving fresh. So today's episode, we're going to talk about that. So with that in mind, might be a good idea to get a pen and paper, take some notes from this episode because this is liquid gold. Anyway, guys, let's just jump right into it. Anytime you are in a mindset that is not positive, anytime you've got stuff going on in your life, stories, emotions, anything that you're feeling or experiencing that's negative, that's just bringing you down, that's sucking energy from you, you should use this. You should use these questions, this series of questions, to kind of whack that reset button. And it's super important to recognize this because the longer you dwell in these emotions, the longer these things eat away at you, the less productive that you're going to be, the more that you're going to lash out at your family, your wife, your kids, the more negative that happens as a result of this. And people do notice the negative. So it's very important to get on top of these emotions very quickly. I learned about these questions from a previous coach of mine, and these have been invaluable in my life, and I'm super excited to share them with everyone out there right now. So without further ado, let's get into it. So question number 1, what are you feeling or experiencing right now? Now I'm talking about I'm not talking about being nice. I'm talking about let it out, vent. This is the time to get raw. Absolutely. So if you're feeling stressed out about money because you're in overdraft, you have to be completely honest in this period. You have to be completely 100% real in these emotions that you're writing down on this. It's super important. So question number 2, what happened? Now, you need to be specific. What exactly happened that's causing this emotion or this stress? Question 3, what are you really feeling? So this time you pick a couple of things from the 2 previous questions and make a emotionally charged message about them here. For example, I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling lost because of this, that, and the other. Question 4, what's the story or the thought that you're believing that's causing this feeling, this emotion? This is super important to be able to recognize. Some of these questions you may really have to think about, and it's going to take some time to really get down to that core feeling, that core emotion, that core issue. And in this type of a statement, you should always be including words that describe, such as should, shouldn't, have to, is, am, always, and because. These are words that are going to get you to where you really are describing your feelings in the best possible way. Question 5. This question has 2 parts to it. So, when you believe that story or thought, how do you feel about A, yourself, and B, the situation? In the second part to this question, 5B, when you believe that thought, how do you act or behave? Question 6. In the most accurate language, describe what it is that you really want. Go all in. Make sure you're 100% real with this. It's super important to get as much feeling and as much out of this as you possibly can. Question 7. This is another 2-part question. So, 7A. In order to get what you really want, what would you need to believe about yourself and the situation? 7B, in order to get what you really want, how would you need to act or behave? Question number 8, how is this experience empowering? Now I'm talking about the trigger, the root cause, and the emotion itself in this question. Question number 9. What is a lesson that you can extract from this experience? It's super important, guys, to be able to learn valuable lessons from these core feelings, from what's going on, from the stories that you're telling yourself. It's super important to be able to withdraw from them and learn from them. That's the only real way to move past them. And number 10, what specific action will you take? What will you do as a result of the lesson that you just extracted? In other words, now that you've done all of this work, what are you going to do about it? What actions are you going to take? What steps are you going to do to move forward and past this? And it's as simple as that. These 10 easy questions, these questions will help reset your mind and move you past these stories, these lies, these emotions that you're feeling in your life that sometimes are super strong. For example, I said this before in a previous message about when it rains outside, when I know that it's going to rain, it brings me back to the time when my basement flooded. I get worried, I get anxiety, I get grouchy. And again, last night this happened. And I didn't utilize these questions last night, but I should have, because my wife noticed. My wife noticed that, hey, you're not right. What's going on? Well, it was because of this anxiety that I had relative to the rain, relative to the water. And we got a whole bunch of rain last night. And guess what? Nothing happened. It was just my mind working overtime, causing me stress and lack of sleep. And because of the lack of sleep, I got up and I was grouchy with my dogs and my kids this morning. It was just not good. So what should I have done is taken the time out last night to deal with these emotions on paper. You see, that's the secret to this, guys. You have to do this and write it down so that you can see it and track it and learn from it. So find yourself a good journal, find yourself a writing pad, whatever it is, hold paper in a binder or a duotang, whatever. Write it down each and every time that you do it. Or write it out on the computer and print it, whatever, it doesn't matter. But these 10 questions will help reset and change what you're feeling and what you're doing. I know this because they've changed my life. These questions have changed my life exponentially. And I utilize these almost every day. I'm not perfect. I don't get to it 100% of the time, but I'm in the high 80 percentile rate. So, that's it. It's that simple. Hitting the reset button with these 10 easy questions. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a little bit of practice to get good at it. But once you get good at it, I promise you, you'll utilize these in your everyday life. So guys, if this is a conversation that you want to continue having, if you want to keep moving and learning about these things, do me a favor. Join the Dad is in Control Facebook group. It's as easy as going to dadisincontrol.com. Hit the button that says join the Facebook group. It's as easy as that. Next, guys, for those of you that are already in the habit, that are already started down this journey, that want to become better versions of yourself, for those of you that have specific areas that you want to target in your life. Do you want to be a better husband? Do you want to be a better father? Do you want to be a better businessman? Do you want to be a rock star in your career? Do you want to just get up off the couch and get to know who you are? But do you need help? We have a couple of different platforms. We have a couple of different products that we can utilize to help you out. Head on over to dadisincontrol.com/start. Fill out the Kick Off the Couch application. That's going to prompt a phone call and get the ball rolling to get you to become the best version of you that's possible. And last but not least, guys, do me a favor. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. Head on over to iTunes, rate and review. If you like what you're hearing, share it with another person. That's it. So until next time, guys, have a great day.